everyone, welcome to episode 2 of the Breaking Yarn podcast. My name is McKaylee. I am from Albuquerque, New Mexico, crocheter, knitter, yarn dyer, and today is Saturday, February 6th, 2021. The first thing I wanted to talk about was my finished objects from the last episode. Wait a minute, wasn't I supposed to be wearing something different, perhaps? Oh, that's better. Yes, I finished my painting brick sweater. This pattern is by Stephen West. It is so fun to knit. It's an addictive pattern. The colors I used, so my main color throughout the whole sweater and on the sleeves is gray matter in my Swish DK base. And then the contrasting colors I used are pink teddy bear, hazmat suit, crystal meth, Walter White, and Marie Schrader. And then I just alternated them, those same 5 colors over and over again. And I just love how they played together. Originally, when I was gonna plan this sweater, I was just gonna do pink teddy bear, hazmat suit, crystal meth, and then like one more color. But when I had put a thing on my Instagram at Breaking Yarn, I had put, should I do Walter White or Marie Schrader, thinking kind of in my mind that most people would choose Marie Schrader because I felt like it went really well with the other 3 colors. But overwhelmingly, people chose Walter White, which really surprised me. So I just decided to do both of them because I really wanted Marie Schrader to be in there. But I think Walter White actually adds quite a nice little touch and I really like it a lot. I don't know how well you can see it from there. But I just finished it this week on the 30th? On the 30th. I finished it on the 30th. And blocking and everything. All my ends are woven in, so I don't have any sneaky little surprises in there. I love this design. It has a twisted rib for the collar and for the bottom part as well. And then this is also a twisted rib, but it's not folded in. So I love the way that actually looks. So last episode I talked about how this is my first adult sized knitted sweater. The only other sweater I've ever knit was the Flax Light, and it was for a baby. It was for my baby before she was born. So this is my first adult sweater, and the way that I feel less intimidated about knitting patterns that I'm not familiar with is to just take it one line at a time. And so I didn't even know that the sleeves weren't going to have that rolled edge. Like I thought it would have a similar edge as the bottom and the top, but I actually like that it's not rolled because it's not like super thick on your arm. It's just like, I don't know, this yarn is so soft too. It's my Swish DK base, if I didn't mention that already. So it's very soft. So in the pattern, I will say, so I'm new to sweater knitting, and maybe that's just the issue, but I was a little disappointed that in the instructions for the sleeves, Steven didn't give, and he's West Knits on Instagram, he didn't give instructions for doing the patterning. He just said continue the brick pattern, and so there are like a few areas probably underneath here where it totally doesn't have the slips because I was just getting it on and I didn't know where to put them, and he didn't say where to put them, so I just didn't put them. So I think I did that on both sides because I just did. I don't know. And he also didn't say like a specific cast off method for the sleeves. He just said to cast off or bind off loosely so that it can fit, over your arm and stuff. And so I remembered that Krista of Knitsy Knits on Instagram did a video tutorial for a sewn bind off. And I remember her saying that that tutorial was really helpful for anything that needed to keep its form, but still be able to like stretch out and go over your head or go over your arms like this. And so I decided to give that a go. So I did do the sewn bind off for the sleeves, and I just love that. It turned out really well. It keeps its shape. It's not like too baggy or anything. So yeah, I'm super excited to have this sweater done. I can't believe it. I love it so much. I'm probably going to wear it every day for the rest of this winter. And I'm excited to finally have a completed knitted garment for myself to wear. Most of the stuff I've knitted up to this point has been like accessories, hats, scarves, cowls, and what do you call them? Shawls. Thank you. I wear them as scarves. But yeah, so cowls and things like that that don't require gauge or for it to fit on a body. So I'm very pleased with this sweater and how it turned out, and that it actually fits me. And even after blocking, I was a little nervous that I just knit a dress because it seemed like it stretched a lot in the bottom, which it did. It's a longer, I purposely knit it longer because I didn't want it to be too short. I didn't want to regret how short it was or anything like that. So I made sure that it would be long enough. But when it blocked, it seemed like it knit a little longer, or went a little bit longer, which I'm okay with actually. I think it looks nice. And I don't have to worry about, you know, even if I lift my arms or anything, it's not gonna like show my, you know, postpartum body or anything. So that's that. It's my Painting Brick sweater by Stephen West and all breaking yarn. I used, oh, let me tell you too, I used 3 1/2 of the gray matter. And then I just used 1 skein of each of the colors. And I still have a decent amount of them left. I did not weigh them, but I would say that's a pretty decent, this is Marie Schrader. This is a decent amount of yarn left over after using it for the sweater. So I'll have to figure out what else I'm gonna do with these. But I'm actually not mad about having leftover yarn. I don't know, some people don't like that, but I like it. I don't mind having scraps and things around. Okay, so my next finished object is this little toddler hat with a little bit of color work. I knit this for my baby because it's CHD Awareness Week. And I don't think I mentioned it on the last episode on my introduction or anything, but my daughter was born with a rare form of CHD. And CHD is congenital heart defect. It affects 1 in 100 babies, and about 1 in 4 babies born with CHD have to have some sort of intervention to repair the heart. So my baby is one of those lucky 1 in 4s. She's had 3 heart caths and open heart surgery in her first year of life. So it's a little bit of a difficult thing, but I wanted to knit a hat just to show awareness for CHD, in case you know anybody who was also born with it or you have it yourself. Yeah. So this hat features the color work is, I'm super new at color work, okay? So if it looks bad, just nod, nod and move on, because I'm not great at doing color work. I don't know. I'm super new to it. Let me show you. So I don't know. Does that look bad? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, so let me tell you about the yarn I used. So this white color is Bare. It's Bare Undyed yarn from Knitpicks. It's called Super Bulky. And I think it's just 100% superwash merino. I can't remember exactly. And then this burgundy color is Lion brand Wool Ease Thick and Quick. And I really like their yarn for hats and things. And then the little pom is just a black faux fox pom-pom that I sell on my Etsy shop, actually, through a different Instagram. But this pattern and the chart that I used, I made up this chart based on her heart monitor in the hospital stays that we've been through. So I modeled it after that, and I put in a chart through Stitch Fiddle. I think it's called stitchfiddle.com. So I put this pattern for free on my blog. I will link to that down below in case anyone is interested in knitting a cute little hat for a toddler. I also put like how many stitches you need for the repeat and stuff in case you want to try to make a larger one. You can definitely do that. So there's that. I'm calling it the Heartbeat hat. And it's just a little thing I'm putting on my blog, not for sale or anything like that. So if you want to knit one, you can do that. So that's fun. Okay. The next thing I have to talk about today is a work in progress. I only have one at the moment, but I have something that I'm planning that I'll show you as well. So this is a bag by Fate's Thread. I loved the Dr. Seuss pattern, and I just loved the positivity of "you will succeed 98 3/4% guaranteed." I just thought that was really cute. And then the inside are the words again, "oh, the places you'll go." I just loved the possibility, like the positivity of the bag, and especially for like a knitting project. So it's cute. So in here is my honey striped hat. Let me see. Sorry, I'm kind of in the middle of a row. I should have made sure I wasn't. But the main color I'm using is my Jane Margolis colorway. It's the new one. I talked about it last episode. It's in Swish DK. And this ribbing is so fun. It's focusing better this episode, so I can show you a little bit. It's just a little bit of a variation of a 2x2 ribbing. But it makes like really squishy texture, and then you're supposed to roll it up on top of itself like that. So that's the main color, is the Jane Margolis, and this contrasting color I'm using is by Fuzzy Whatnots, and it's called A Safe Space. And let me show you the card first. Fuzzy Whatnots is in her Fuzzy DK. It's 100% superwash merino wool, and it's called A Safe Space. That's the colorway. So I just love how these two colors are working together in the hat. It's like a nice kind of modern-y, cool hat. So I'm really liking those. I'm not doing the stripes. Usually he has you do stripes on each little honeycomb, but I'm not doing that. I'm just doing the solid color, which I really like the way that that's turning out. This hat pattern is a lot of fun to knit, so I plan to have this done by the next episode. So I'd only have like 4 more, or I don't know, like 4 more honeycombs or something. So that's not bad. So this is a hat for me. I don't think I've even tried it on. Oh, that's so fun. Of course I have yarn everywhere. But it looks like it'll fit really nice. I'm excited. I'm excited to wear that. Okay, so that's my only work in progress. But I have plans. So my next project is going to be the summer trellis. It's like a Summery top, and it's by Jill of Knitterella. I just dyed up these yarn last night because I want to do a fade with these 3 colors. So let me tell you a little bit about what I did, how I dyed them. I'm going to put this up as a tutorial on my blog as well. And when that comes out, I'll be sure to mention it. But I had this Knitpicks Precosa, I think, fingering tonal. It's fingering weight. It's 100% merino wool, 437 yards to 100 grams. It came bare. I got it from Knitpicks when they did a sale that was, they were doing like $5 skeins or something for bare yarn. So I got 5 skeins, and the limit was 5 per, I think the limit was 5 per kind. And so I got 5 of these ones. And I'm only gonna need to use 3 of them, maybe not even all 3 of them, or like all of the 3 of them. But I dyed these using Koolaid. So this one is like a red color, and this one was dyed with 6 packs of cherry Koolaid. And I just put it in cool water, put the Koolaid in cool water. After these had been soaking for about half an hour, I put them in the dye bath and let the water heat up slowly over 30 minutes. And then this one, I love this one too. It's like kind of a light burgundy color. So this one, I only had 5 packets of black cherry Koolaid. So I added 1 packet of grape to it as well, just so that I could have 6 Koolaid packets to each yarn. So there's the second one. Same technique as the cherry. And then this one is grape, 6 packets of the grape Koolaid. And I just love how they all came out, and you can see how I'm gonna fade them together. I was thinking that I would do this red one first. I would do this first with the trellis on the yoke part, and then I'll fade slowly into this one, and then I'll finish off with the purple. And I think that would be a really fun top for summer. And now I'm addicted to knitting garments. I want to wear all the things. So, yeah, I'll just have to figure out, oh, and I'm gonna knit it along with my friend Lisa. We've been, talking about knitting a project together, and so I thought it would be fun to do a summer top. And I'm really excited to use this combo together. And they're very squishy, they're very soft. And I also wanted to show that this technique of dyeing is super easy, it's super accessible. It didn't cost me a lot of money, maybe $20 total, because I paid $5 per skein for the bare yarn when it was on sale. And then the Koolaid packets, I think they're like a quarter each. So maybe I spent a couple of dollars, or like, $1.50 per skein of the Koolaid. So that's not bad. Yeah, about $20 to knit a shirt. So that's gonna be exciting. So I'm ready for that. The last thing is that I did some experimenting this last week of some colorways that I have in my head for the shop. Since these ones are just for my side project, they're not going in the shop or anything like that. So I just want to point out, if you look over here, all the way over here, this is my like experiment section, and also like where I put my yarns that I have been experimenting with and colorways that may be coming out soon but aren't out yet. So do you want to see a sneak of those? Let me show you a few of the ones I'm working on and what changes I may be making. So okay, so these ones I all dyed last week. This one is going to be Lily of the Valley. I don't want to sell undyed yarn. I feel like that's cheating a little bit. I don't want to, no offense to anybody who's selling undyed yarn, more power to you, but I just feel like it's not for me. So this one's going to be Lily of the Valley. It is dyed. It does not look like it is, but it is dyed, and I'm trying to get kind of a whitish look, and surprisingly there is no white dye, so you kind of have to trick it a little bit. But so that's going to be Lily of the Valley. I've been trying to get Skylar White done. It's blowing out a little bit, but it's a nice baby blue, like a soft baby blue color. I might do one more iteration of this to see if I can get it just a smidge darker. We'll see how that goes. And then this lovely solid pink is going to be Holly White. She is Walter White's daughter. She was just a baby in the show. And then this fun color is going to be the Golden Moth. It is black and white. I mean, black and white. Black and yellow. And then I'm working on one Heisenberg, which I'm going to fix. He's mostly black with like a little bit of green left because he's not all the way gone. And he's like, this is Walter White, the Walter White colorway, so you'll understand a little bit more what I'm talking about. So this turns to this for Heisenberg. I am going to redo this again because I feel like he needs just a little bit more green. It's funny because I think, how far gone was Heisenberg? Like, was he 80% gone? Was he more or less? It's very objective, right? So it'll be mostly black with just a little bit of green. And I think I'm gonna do it like, just like a little bit more green. I think he wasn't like this far gone. He's just a little bit less. So that's a sneak. You can, just as a clue to yourself when you watch the podcast, you can just peek over here to see if anything's changed, to see if there's new colors sitting there. But these are the ones that I just recently dyed last week. And so I thought I would show you. Oops, it's hard to hold all 5 of them, sorry. I thought I would show you what I have been working on. Comment down below if you have, comment down below if you want to vote on which one I should put out next. That would be fun. So let me know down below if you have a favorite of these and you want to see it released sooner. Yeah, let me put these back. Oh, and I had this one just sitting over there. I figured I would just tell you about it too. This one is Vominos Pest Control. It has not come out yet either. It is half yellow and half green, so I'm matching their logo and the tents that they use in the show. So yeah, you can include this one too if you're like, I want that one next, then just include this one too, it's fine. One thing that I also wanted to do with the podcast is to be able to share the creations and the finished objects that come from people who are purchasing from Breaking Yarn. I created a Ravelry group, I'll link to it down below, where you can share your finished objects of things that you've made with Breaking Yarn for a chance to be featured on the podcast. For the first one, I have gotten permission from Susan. She knit a sweater out of all Breaking yarn. It was Swish DK, and she knit the Galore sweater by Stephanie Earp. And she used the colorways Breaking Black, Breaking Delphinium, Breaking Blue, Breaking Violet, and Crystal Meth. And it is a gorgeous sweater. I literally fell out of my chair when I saw it on Ravelry. I texted my friend Lisa. She's my cheerleader for a lot of my knitting things. And she's a really good friend. I don't want to just say she's a cheerleader, but I texted her a picture, a screenshot from the Ravelry, because I just couldn't believe that someone took the time to knit a sweater out of my yarn that they purchased. And it just brought me so much joy, and it also brings the whole thing full circle. So I dye the yarn. It's a lot of work, but I love doing it. And then when I get to see what it becomes, it really fulfills a part of my heart that I didn't know needed fulfilling. And it really just brings it back, reminds me why I'm doing this, and I just love being a part of your projects. I appreciate everyone's support. Thank you so much for purchasing from me and using my yarn in your projects. So if you want to be featured on the podcast, please put your projects down below in the Ravelry group so everyone can see and I can share it here with you. I thought that would be a fun way, again, just to create a community around knitting and our passions, crocheting. I have some other amazing projects that I've been seeing that I would love to share with you. So please do that if you would like to be featured on the podcast down below. I am so grateful to Susan for allowing me to share her sweater first on this episode. So last but not least is the winner from the episode 1 for the Lines and Vines cowl pattern. And the winner is, let me pull it up here because I forgot. Debora Unold, congratulations. You are a winner of the pattern for the Lines and Vines cowl from commenting on the first episode. Thank you so much for entering. If you would please send me an email at breakingyarn.com. Breakingyarn.com. Well, that works too. You can go to breakingyarn.com and fill out the contact us form, or you can email me at breakingyarn@gmail.com and send me your Ravelry name, or if you would prefer just to have the PDF, I can email it to you that way. And because I am so grateful and thankful for everyone who watched my last episode and commented such sweet things. I really appreciate it. I pulled a second winner just because I was feeling festive and happy. So that person is Jessica Schloss. Schloss? I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. I will put it down on the screen for you to see. Please also email me at breakingyarn@gmail.com and I will And send me your Ravelry name if you want it in Ravelry, and I will get that out to you. I think that concludes episode 2 of the Breaking Yarn podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. I would really appreciate it. And I appreciate each and every one of you for watching last time. Take care.